Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Leora and I help individuals like yourself to discover and reveal their light within. We are now on day 4 of 12. And the themes for today are sensitivity, emotional safety, being heard, being seen from our depths of our soul, being able to share without being judged, being able to feel safe when we share and are vulnerable, being able to be vulnerable. And if you have wounds in this area, then they will reveal themselves today. They'll be coming up strongly in the month of Cancer. And we need to learn that our emotions, that it's okay to feel, it's okay to express the way we feel, it's okay to communicate what we need. And a lot of the times when this hasn't been respected in the past, we carry deep wounds with us. And our ego, of course, will try to tell us it's not safe to share. It's not safe to be vulnerable. It's not safe to be too sensitive. It's not safe to be emotional. But we are. And what do we do about that? Safety comes from within. The Creator is our safety net, not other people. When we expect and we rely on other people to understand us, to see us, to be our safety net, then we are putting them above the Creator. And anytime we put anything above the Creator, it can't do anything except disappoint us. And when we see through this lens that it had to disappoint us, when we understand that, then we can take responsibility for it. Not blame, not shame, not guilt. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about self-empowerment. When I know that I put my hope for safety and security in somebody else and they disappointed me, then I know that was just a loving reminder from the Creator. Anything you try to put above me, Leora, it can't be nourished. It will suffer. It's like the Creator is the source of life for everything. And so if the Creator's here, everything underneath it is being nourished. Everything underneath it is being fed and being watered and being taken care of. Anything I put above the Creator, that's going to die. That can't survive. It can't thrive. And so when we do that, when we look for emotional security in things or in people, it has to disappoint us so that we get our hierarchy correct, so that we never put anything above the Creator. And as soon as I realize I'm putting my safety in the form of my possessions, or in the form of other people, or in the form of my partner, then I'm taking them out, taking that thing or that person out of the protective shield of the Creator. And that's my doing. And so I'm not trying to say be around people who when you try to be vulnerable, they cut you down, or, we don't have to put up with that. But we always want to start with the seed level. The seed level is always within us. And if we know that, if I know my seed level of how others perceive me and how other people treat me is inside me, then that's empowering, because I know I can change it. I hold it within me to change that. And sometimes it is going to mean having to walk away from a relationship, or having to walk away from a situation, or that may be the step I have to take after I deal and confront myself. And it may also happen that after I confront myself and I change that within myself, and I put my priorities straight, and I put the Creator above everything as my source, of my one and only source, everything else around me can also just change without me having to walk away. So don't be scared. Don't be scared to lose something. Don't be scared to be authentic. This day, this energy is asking us to connect with the very core of our being, to connect with the depths of who we are on a very emotional and sensitive level, a very real level, very raw level. And emotions, we have to remember, are messengers. They tell us something. They are indicators. They're giving us a clue to what's going on within us. They have nothing to do with truth. Just because I feel like somebody's ignoring me or mistreating me, or I feel like they don't like me, it doesn't mean that they don't like me. It doesn't mean that they don't love me. It doesn't mean, it's not the truth. That's just my feeling. But what's underneath that feeling is where the seed level is. So what is underneath that feeling? Maybe I don't feel worthy to be loved. Maybe I'm afraid to be abandoned. I'm afraid to be that somebody will leave me. Usually there's a fear in Cancer energy, which that's the fourth, the energy from the fourth day of the 12 days. There's a lot of fear and lack within that energy. And so I have to always go back to my vulnerability, my emotions, go back to the seed level and see, okay, I'm triggered. This triggers a sadness within me. But what is it within me? It's not the other person. Don't project upon the other person. If you really want to be connected to your true authentic self, then you're going to have to look at that trigger. You're going to have to embrace it, and you're going to have to love it and give it the loving care and the attention that it needs. And then after you've done that, you can step out and go to that person that you trust and say, I need to share something with you, and be vulnerable. There's a fine line, especially if we've been hurt in the past. We tend to build walls. We tend to become hard, like stone. But that's not the answer. Yes, be intuitive, be discerning about who you trust in your inner circle. But we don't just stop trusting people altogether. We need to open up and to be vulnerable and to share how we're feeling, but knowing it's coming from a place that that's not truth. So that means if I come to you and I say, hey, you hurt my feelings because I felt ignored by you, and you say, well, that's silly because I wasn't ignoring you. No, you're missing the point. I'm not asking you what your intention was. I'm trying to communicate to you and let you see within me how it affected me. And that's the only thing that matters here, is how it affected me. That your intention, for you, that's important. But I need you to know when you act like that, it affects me like this. And so I don't feel safe. I don't feel loved, or I don't feel knowing in ourselves as we're saying that our feelings are just indicators, and we're communicating and reaching out and being vulnerable in order to let somebody else in. And when we communicate from a place like that, not a place of attacking, well, you ignored me and you don't love me. Okay? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about coming from a place of I'm trying to show you a part of me and let you in on something that I'm very sensitive to let anybody see. And that's the wording. But you can only do that if it's not reactive, if you've already dealt with the trigger at hand and you've already said, okay, what's there? It's not really truth, but it's an indicator. It's a messenger showing me a deeper truth, showing me that maybe I have a wound there that I need to look at. And then, so the first question you want to ask yourself on this day, is to say, what am I feeling? And allow yourself, don't judge yourself, allow yourself to feel that. And exhale and say, okay, that's what I'm feeling. But don't concentrate on the other person. Don't project upon the other person. This is what I am feeling, and I'm allowed to feel that. It's okay that I feel that, even if it is ridiculous. And I know myself, it's ridiculous to feel that because I know he didn't mean it that way. Okay, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter how the other person meant it. You want to give yourself room to feel it. And you can also communicate that. I know this is ridiculous. I know that you love me. I know here that you love me, but I want to show you something. I want to let you in on what I'm feeling, and I want to show you my vulnerability. Okay, and then start communicating it. And so I want you to write down what's your vulnerability, what you're feeling, truly feeling, and don't judge it. Just give yourself room to feel it. Have a good cry if you need to, for God's sake. Whatever. Go out in the forest and scream if that's what you need. Whatever you need. Then that's the second question. What do I need right now? What do I need? And you can communicate that to somebody else also. Give it to yourself first, okay? Whatever you need, give it to yourself. And then go to the other person. Communicate how you're feeling, and then communicate what you need. You're allowed to ask for what you need. You're allowed to feel, you're allowed to be. So that is your activation for today. I want you to journal those two things. And then when you feel like, yes, this is me, this is how I feel, I want you to write in the comments, I am allowing myself to feel. That's all you got to write. I'm allowing myself to feel. That's the first step. And then follow me for tomorrow, for day 5, as we go through this 12 days of Aries together to create the year to come.